The next page that we need to create is our logout page. This is going to delete the session and effectively log out the user. I'm going to save this page as logout.php. I'll open and close my PHP tags, and I'll start off by making a comment. Deleting a session is a three-step process. You start the session, reset the array, and destroy the session data. We'll start off by accessing our existing session. I'm going to use the session start function to do that. The reason that we need to start the session is that we can't delete a session until we activate the session using this function. The next step is to reset the session array. I'm using the short array syntax, which is equivalent to the array function. This is going to create a new empty array. By assigning the result of this function call to $_session, all of the existing key value pairs in the session will be erased. Finally, we need to destroy the session data on the server. We're going to use session_destroy to do that. This step tells PHP to remove the actual session file on the server. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the page content for this page. This is going to be similar to what we were doing on the previous pages. I'll start off by defining a page title and including my header. Then I'm going to go ahead and create some content that I want to appear on the page. So this content is simply going to be HTML content, so I'm going to create this outside of my PHP tag. And what we're going to do is we're going to have an H2 tag, and then we'll have a couple of paragraphs, and we'll have a link back to the login page in case the user wants to re-log in. Finally, I'm going to include my footer file. I'll save the logout page, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the browser and test this out. I want to start off on my welcome page. So here is our welcome page. I'll start off by logging in. So I'm going to use my user@domainname.com, which is the appropriate email, and then I'm going to use my password 123, and I'll log in. Now I've been logged into the page. So it's saying, hello, user@domain.com. You have logged in since 9:52. And I logged in right at 9:52. So this number is going to continue to be this way. Now, if we go ahead and click log out, it's going to log us out of the current session. When I do this, we're going to go ahead and load the portion of the page that is the logout page. So it lets me know, hey, this is the logout page. You're now officially logged out. Thanks for using the site. We hope you liked it. And it says, change your mind, you want to log in again. If I try to hit the back button and return to the existing page, you're going to see that I'm going to get some error messages. And this is because I'm no longer logged into this page, so the code is not working correctly. I'm going to go back to the original page. I'll re-log in again. And now you can see it's going to tell me that I have a new login time. So now I've logged in at 9:53, and now I'm logged back in. It is worth noting that if I close this page and I come back to the browser and I type in the URL or navigate to the URL, when I click return, I'm going to be logged in. And if I click refresh, you can see that the time has now changed to 9:54. It still is showing me as being logged in from 9:53. So even though I've actually closed the web page, I would actually have to manually log out. The session information is going to continue to be stored until I actually log out and clear the session information. The PHP module on the server is going to automatically perform garbage collection based on settings in its own configuration. PHP uses garbage collection to manually delete session files from the server, with the assumption that they're no longer needed. You'll need to check with your host and your server to find out what those specifications are for each server. If you want more information about sessions, I would encourage you to visit php.net/manual. There's all sorts of information about sessions and different sorts of things that you can do with sessions. This was just a quick overview so that you were familiar with how cookies and sessions work. Cookies and sessions can really enhance the user experience. They're widely used for e-commerce websites, tracking login information, and all sorts of other interactivity on the web.